right, this is the AM show, and this is the day that, as I said, everything happening in the country will come
you need
second to
we need more drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
No,
start
you
again.
be dramatic.
Okay.
Okay, so go on.
This is the day
That the Lord has made.
that everything will come second place to the National Science and Maths Quiz Grand Finale.
The guy in you is coming out too. This is the day.
That's all right.
Let me just say it and let me translate. Nino fiano batashi. Koni NSMQ attention. Please continue.
Okay. The 2021 edition, held in the Ashanti region capital, Kumasi,
2021 edition
has had a very exciting run so far,
I have very exciting run
with quite a number of upsets.
with a lot of musun chomo.
Okay, not that one.
Yeah, well, it's just okay, fine.
I didn't add tummy upsets.
Okay, all right. With a lot of chomo.
Yeah. Will it be a host and win for four-time champions Prempeh College, so they can glorify his name?
I can't translate this. It's okay. PRESEC.
PRESEC, the reigning champion, serving a living god, or Keta SHTS, causing the upset of the tournament so they can declare a god of wonders.
Yeah.
We'll be on the campuses of the three schools in the finals to find out how they're ready to celebrate their heroes, and while at it, get to understand the structures put in place in these schools to produce the kind of performance we're seeing.
Yes.
So,
Indeed,
yes.
it's the NSMQ edition of the AM show. And this morning, we're super excited because it all comes to a head. And of course, it will be live here on Joy News TV and all your Joy channels. So what school are you supporting? What school are you rooting for? Prempeh, Keta,
Or PRESEC.
or PRESEC? Okay, so we're going to be speaking to some of the old students
Yeah, all right.
joining us, yes.
So they're joining us via Zoom, and hopefully they can also share with us what it is that the schools are doing that is enabling them to put out this kind of of performance we're seeing in the 2021 edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Not just the 2021 edition, really, but
just
I mean,
generally across,
the National Science and Maths Quiz, you can tell that the old students particularly have been quite instrumental in helping the schools put up the kind of performance they're seeing. Oga School has a whole block.
Yes, I think so. PRESEC also have a designated.
It didn't help them.
No, it didn't. But remember
it didn't help them this year.
It didn't help them this year. Remember that Prempeh is going into this contest with the highest score so far.
Yeah.
In the competition.
69 they have.
Crazy.
Yeah, 69.
Today is going to be mad.
Prempeh College is chairman to Miss School, by the way.
Right, okay. Well,
what shall I say?
Well, what shall I say, indeed?
Yeah.
Indeed. Anyway, should we talk to some old students of the schools? We have Michael Mante Oseibobi joining us from Prempeh 2016. Wasil Yusuf, he's a Keta old student. Daniel Kekeli Gakbeto, former winner NSMQ. My son is also called Daniel Kekeli, so that's just really weird. Okay, so Gakbeto is from the last year's squad, and they're joining us on Zoom, so we have a conversation about that. Let me hand it over to Israel.
Gakbeto! Leke!
Good morning.
F1.
Okay.
Oh, please say it well so that people will know that where I'm speaking is correct. Leke!
Okay.
Yeah. How are you?
Okay.
I'm doing great, sir.
Okay, great. And then we also have Bobier also joining.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah. And then the Ketasco old students. Malkuleke. You have to unmute so we can hear you.
My phone.
Look, you guys have done an incredible job, Ketasco. What's the secret?
The secret has been the consistent formula. We've been training our children What has changed this time is that we probably boost their morale and giving them a lot more psychological training. If you watch the contest since 2018, Keta has been very consistent. We've made it to the semi-finals every time, so it's surprising that people are now noticing it. So since 2018, consistently we've made it to the semi-finals. That is a demonstration that we've been very consistent and we have the content. So probably what has changed now is that we've given the students a lot more psychological jab, confidence and all that. And we are confident that that's what's making the difference this time.
Kekeli, are you scared of Keta School?
Well, I feel like they are a very worthy opponent. They definitely have potential to win. And going into a competition like this, it's important not to be scared of any school, but to know that any school at all could win it. And they've shown that they have the potential. They are a really strong side, and they can win today. Although I'm rooting for PRESEC, yes.
Yeah, I know you root for PRESEC, but look, they went into the. We also look at Prempeh College. The Prempeh College went into the final with the highest score at the semi-final, 69 points. That must worry you.
Well, yes. The issue is there were 3 different contests. 69 points in the semi-final is a very, very impressive score. It shows that they have a very solid team, and they were able to take their chances as and when they came. But the issue is we had 3 different contests with 9 different schools featuring on stage. The questions were different. The dynamics for each contest were different. And so we may not have had very high scores featuring if they had used a different set of questions. Not to say that the set of questions they received were much easier, but then that's just how the contest works. Last year, PRESEC College came into the finals with what many people perceive to be a very low score. But they ended up giving us a real run for our money, and it was a very, very tough contest, which was decided only during the final riddle. But definitely, they have a very, very good team, a very solid team, and they are also potential winners of today's contest.
So I mentioned the score they entered the final with, because if you look at the problem of the day for your group, for PRESEC in the semi-final, in fact for that semi-final, you guys scored 0, the school scored 0.
Yes.
You must have been disappointed.
I must say I wasn't too disappointed. It's quite tough, yeah. It's the problem of the day doesn't always go in your favor. There are a few dynamics to this quiz. Sometimes even adjusting after an adrenaline-filled speed race, having to relax and now adjust to solve a much longer problem. It's a bit of a worry. And we also had to make a forced sub, which did affect the dynamics of the team. But I feel that the boys carried themselves very well, and I would have to commend them for that. I myself was a bit shaking when I realized we had to make that forced substitution. But I was really impressed with the boys' composure and with their resilience during the contest.
Yeah.
So I wasn't disappointed with the score and the problem of the day. I felt it was just due to circumstances on that day, and it doesn't diminish in any way the quality of the team we presented this year.
You feel it had to do with the Otumfuo factor?
Not necessarily that, because Otumfuo was substituted before the problem of the day. What I was saying is that these things do happen. In 2019's semi-final, we also had a 0 in the problem of the day. It's a game, and sometimes some rounds will not necessarily go in your favor, but it doesn't necessarily show that the team is not a strong one. These things do happen from time to time, and so we just have to take it in our stride and move on. Yes, please.
Thanks very much, Gakweto. That's some solid analysis, and coming from a former NSMQ winner, it's more like gospel to me. We'll come to you again. Let's go to Michael Mante Osebobie, Prempeh 2016. Good morning to you, Michael. So what do you make of your school's performance in the semi-final? 69 points. That was incredible.
Yeah, we've done very well. And then if you look at our previous contest, we've been consistent and we've been improving each contest. Meaning in this final, we are going to improve on what we did in the semi-final. We are not come to settle for less, and then we are here for the trophy.
What do you think is going for your team?
We are actually coming for the trophy, and then we are working on the mentality of the contestants. Actually, so with every contest, we try and build up on their mentality so that we just get the trophy. That's the ultimate goal. We are not really concerned about the other schools.
Oh, you're not concerned about Keta SHTS?
Not at all. Not at all.
You're not concerned about PRESEC?
Not at all. Not at all. I think they have to be concerned about us. They have to be concerned about us.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, that's someone speaking with a lot of confidence. And he's saying that, look, you came into the competition coming for the trophy, but everybody else is coming for the trophy.
But not everybody else scored 69 points.
Oh.
Yes, and then when we come to the final, you know what's going to happen. It's not like any other school that goes to the final and it just goes to witness the final. We come and we come for the trophy. That's what we go to the final for.
Hey, we heard that from Glasgow people.
That's what I'm saying. They are all different schools. We are special. This is Prempeh College. This is not St. Augustine's College.
This is Prempeh College, where Chamawun to me was a former student, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I'm sure he gives you guys a lot of support. I mean, supports the school financially. I'm not saying just him, but I'm sure there are others who will support.
A lot of old students actually help. Even the younger generation of the old students, we all try and put our support and give our support to the boys.
When you say support, what sort of support are you guys giving them?
Actually, we give them financial support, and then their mentality, we try and improve on their mentality. So that's basically what we do for them.
We're learning that for some of the schools, or Glasgow, PRESEC and all that, there's a special block or dormitory for the students. Do you have a similar thing at Prempeh?
We have something similar, but it's not as big as this. It's something cute and then enough for the boys. Okay. Something to keep them going. Yes.
How specially do you treat them than all the other students?
Oh, you just receive extra class from special teachers, like the teachers you see them with during the contest, and then maybe their timings of stuff are different. Maybe the time they go for their dinings, the time they sleep, and then other stuff. Do they eat the same food as everybody else? They come for the same dining with us, but I think it's the same food. Maybe theirs is prepared specially because they sit on a different table, separate from ours. Yeah. Okay, Bobie, hold on. Let me come to Kekeli, where in PRESEC, where apparently you guys are giving some special treats completely. Tell us about that.
My experience as a science and math quiz boy at PRESEC Legon. Well, yes, I must say there were a few perks to being a quote umbrella boy in PRESEC. We were normal students. We participated in everything. We basically lived out our entire like normal high school students' life. It's just that we had a few activities. For instance, we had a designated study area, not necessarily a whole block like in some other schools, but just a designated study area which we had to ourselves, so we could have peace of mind to train and learn. And then there was also a table given to us at dining, mainly because sometimes our training activities did not allow us to follow the normal school schedule. And so the school management understood they designated the table to us so we could go for dining at the time when our training schedule would allow us to. I guess that was basically it. Sometimes we're exempted from a few duties in the house, but we still did work in the house from time to time, but not as much as everybody else.
Were you having the same meals as everybody else?
Yes, we did take the same meals as everyone else, just at different times.
Okay. And they were not bringing you, I hear they bring you special food from outside, you know, packed food and all of that.
Well, I mean, those things do happen from time to time. Yeah. I mean, when I was there, when I was in the team, they used to happen from time to time, but it wasn't exactly a regular event. It was something that sometimes when the old students wanted to surprise us, wanted to just do something nice to motivate us to keep going. Those were some of the things, the treats we used to enjoy.
Yeah. Wasiu, Ketasco, were you doing anything special? Is there anything special happening for the students?
In fact, so the only special thing that I'm aware of is the training. The focus and the time given to them, the training, the coordinator give them a lot of time. But as much as possible, we have always advocated that they shouldn't feel like they are special, and so they should not be given any special treat to create a certain level of difference between they and other students. And so to a large extent, it's just the training that really differs. So we've also looked at their time management. So it's more or less, we've not left them to manage themselves in terms of their time and their study time. So that's the actual difference that we have. Otherwise, all other things are almost the same. They eat the same food and all that. So, yeah.
All right, anyone?
Okay, so let's speak now to Ebenezer Safo Edu. He's a data specialist at Eureka Buy. He's done the NSMQ dashboard to give us a sense of who is likely to win today's contest. That sounds pretty exciting. Good morning and welcome to the AM show. Hi, can you unmute for me, please?
Good morning.
Okay, fantastic. Good morning. Hope you're well. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, fantastic. So you've done a dashboard and presumably you're going to make some predictions for us. So do we just want to dive into it and then, let us know what's in this dashboard, but also how, you came to some of these conclusions and what exactly went into the making of the dashboard in order to predict who will win today's contest.
All right. The dashboard primarily is about the past winners. I build dashboard from organizations and events. But this dashboard looks at the winners of the past NSMQ competition. So there's been 25 winners since 94, with the exception of 2010 and 11, where there were no competition. So we are looking at the past winners and see if there are any dynamics, especially with the finalists. So that is what this dashboard shows. And perhaps I may take you to see how it works.
Yes, please.
All right. So the dashboard, like I said, it's about the finalists and how well, yes, that's what everyone is viewing. So the top 5 winners have been PRESEC, followed by Prempeh College and St. Peter's, Achimota, and Mfantsipim. So that's the past winners. So PRESEC has won 6 times, Prempeh 4 times, Peter's 3 times. But in the dashboard, you see that there is a click to activate the dashboard. So you can click to activate and go into the dashboard itself. Yes. So we have the list of finalists. So these are all the schools that have made it to the final. in the competition. And about 17 schools distinctively have made it to the final since the competition began in 1994. And PRESEC, like I said, has won the most. So when you click, there is a tab, the next tab after the list of schools. Let's click the next tab after the list of schools so that you will be able to. The league table gives us a clear view of what has happened over the period. Hello?
Yes, we're here. We're just about to click on the league table so that we can see exactly what you're talking about.
All right. So when you click on the league table, you get to see how the schools have performed over the years. And you can see that it's only PRESEC that has won it back to back. That is 2008 and 2009. And that feat is yet to be repeated by any other school. So yes, that's supposed to be the league table. So you can even go to the last one, the success rate, so as we can look at how the success rates are faring also.
Okay, so from your dashboard, what are the chances for all the schools? But I think this morning a lot of people are wondering if Keta, has a good chance of actually winning a contest today.
Okay, from my analysis, every school has a chance of winning the competition. But there are two schools that, because of how well they've done in this year's competition, stand top. So there'll be underdogs and their favorites. Per the total points accumulated so far, Prempeh tops in that, in the sense that Prempeh has accumulated about 198 points so far, followed by PRESEC with 191 points, and then Keta follows suit. So by the point, one is likely to lean towards a Prempeh win. But the dynamics with data, the dynamics are different on the day of the competition, depending on actions that are taken. Like you would see that PRESEC made a substitution in the last event, which was the semi-final, because one or two, who is one of their main guys, got injured or was indisposed. So that probably might have affected the scores, because if you check PRESEC scores, they've been consistently doing 70 and 71, but in the final they did about 50. I think PRESEC did 50 in the final. That shows a very big dip in their performance, which perhaps could be attributed to the substitution of Otumfuo. With Otumfuo coming back, the dynamics could change. But like I said, based on the data and the summations, there are other factors that you look at when you are predicting, especially the home advantage that Prempeh may have. So that Prempeh has been improving also throughout the competition, and you can see a gradual improvement from the 1/8 to the semi-final. So that can also show that Prempeh 2 is peaking. But the dynamics clearly show that, within the first two rounds, it's likely that we would see the emerging winner, because from all competitions, the first two rounds, especially this year, the first two rounds have been indicative of who is likely to win after the third round. But the interesting part of the competition this year is that all the schools at the final have, in a way, been very phenomenal in the stages that they've been. They've all led their other competitors by almost 20 points. So this might be the first time that we are seeing the clash of the titans, and it would be interesting to know how the dynamics play out. Like I said, the key thing we need to look at is the contestants themselves, the rounds that they will be competing, especially round 1 and round 2. We'll look at how that pans out. Round 3, has seen this year that most of the schools have not been scoring in round 3, which is the problem of the day. So but like I said, based on the point and the home advantage, I think Prempeh comes top, probably followed by PRESEC. Keta would be underdogs in this particular competition, but in every competition there are surprises.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you about Keta being the underdogs. What are the odds, or what are the chances of them actually picking up the trophy this year?
I said there are a lot of factors. They have the lowest chance. I know that they will be doing a substitution after the second or third round. They will substitute their lady for another guy.
You know that for a fact?
And from how that the trend has been, right. I'm not expecting any changes. No coach will change his tactics in the final. So these are some of the things that, like I'm saying, I'm expecting a 2-4 back in the competition. I took time to at least scan through the competition. I've not been following, but because of my interest in data, I had to look at it and look at how best this pans out. But like I said, I'll take Prempeh with the high. I know my friends in PRESEC will not be happy with me, but that is what the data at least shows, that they have the highest point. But like I said, the dynamic is that there was a substitution by PRESEC, which actually dropped their points in the final, their last competition with the last competition. So we'll look at how the dynamics play in the final day today.
Now, Eben, what's your background?
I'm a trained electrical engineer, and
so more like a scientist.
You said?
More like a scientist. You're a scientist.
No, electrical engineering.
Okay, so you have the science background essentially.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to ask you this. You said you have not been following that keenly, but what do you make of the questions that are asked? Do you think they're getting tougher each time, or they're just normal?
I mean, from the trend of the competition, you know that the final will have one of the toughest
questions, yeah.
Gauging from last year's, you could see clearly how all contestants struggled in the first rounds, which they were always giving gaps. So I'm not expecting the change in trend that there's likely to be tougher questions, and that's why the dynamics could change, depending on the preparations of the team and the resilience of the guys. But the questions, I believe strongly that they are good and they are helpful. I'm every round and what the questions look at. So but I believe that this final questions would be quite tougher, and then that would also influence the results.
So
thanks to that, I think that the questions are okay for such a competition.
Ebenezer, let me take you off track a little bit. So the last time a girls' school made it to the finals was in 1999, when Wesley Girls were the first runner-up.
2013 by Infantsman.
Okay, sorry, well, I was looking at you. So 2013 Infantsman, and before that was 1999. So it's been quite a stretch. From the data and from what you have been following, what is the reason why the girls' schools are not doing as well as the boys' schools? I mean, Francisca has shown for us this year in terms of being with Keta and just being absolutely fantastic. But she's almost like the outlier, even in the way that she answers questions and her approach to everything. So what would you say accounts for the fact that the girls' schools are not going as far as the boys' schools are? Because it's definitely not about intelligence. If it was, then, the girls' schools wouldn't be doing as well in WASI. But sometimes they're actually doing better than the boys. So what do you think the problem is?
This is a question that I think would be for the social scientists to go in there and probably investigate whether the nature of the competition probably do not favor the ladies. Maybe they are training also. But I believe strongly that once that jinx is broken once, it gives motivation enough. I mean, that's important that when there's a first time, it gives others the courage that it can be done. So I believe that the social science will be well placed to actually answer this question from the data, we may not be able to, but we need to research deeper to find out. Because like the dynamics you just said, there are ladies that have made it to the final. I don't know about Achimota when they won the 2 years, who represented, whether it was a boy and a girl or girl. That would also influence whether the girls are really being affected. And I think the atmosphere in that place also may be intimidating for the girl. Some ladies. And I know today will not be any different at the grade.
Oh yes, for today the pressure go deep. It won't be easy at all. So so Ebenezer, your money is on Prempeh. Are you sure you don't want to change your mind?
No, because like I said, that there's a home advantage. Not necessarily because, but anything could happen. But I would put
your money on Prempeh
now, like that.
What school did you go to, Ebenezer?
The red and black. You can see clearly.
Okay. Drink Shrekai. Okay, so Ebenezer, on Monday, we'll talk to you again. If Prempeh doesn't win, you're in trouble. Because I think...
Oh no! Why would he be in trouble? I mean, he's just saying that, looking at the data. Yeah, he's just working with the data.
Hey, it's a marketing manager of everything.
Oh.
Have you left the Ghana card people? Now you are PR for Ebenezer. Ebenezer, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the work that you've done. I'm sure the Prempeh squad are very happy. But once again, all the best to all the schools. And may the best man or woman win. Have a fantastic day, Ebenezer. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon.
All right, so let's go back to Daniel Gakpeto. So you've heard what Ebenezer had to say. He feels that looking at the data, it looks like it's a win for Prempeh. Okay, you'd have to unmute it in here. Yeah.
Yes, please. I heard him say that Prempeh was most likely to win.
Yeah, what do you make of it?
Well, I think it's a fair enough assessment, and based on the data he has compiled and the model he was able to build to predict the winner. It's a fair assessment, but I still believe Presbyterian Boys Senior High School is going to come out on top. Yeah, I just have this feeling. I guess it's just one of those things. I just have this feeling that our guys are going to make us proud once again. And
Gakpeto, I think I really like you. You're just saying that yes, it's the data. Is looking at the data, but yes, you just have this feeling that it's going to go the way of PRESEC. You didn't seek to rubbish his claim in your attempt to want to also project and put PRESEC above everyone else. So yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
I feel like all three finalists are fantastic schools. I watched all semi-finals and I was really impressed. I have to go with PRESEC, obviously, for very obvious reasons. But then all three finalists deserve to win. But in the end, I'll just go with my alma mater, yes. And also because we are 7-11 God.
7-11 God, right. So thanks, Badu. Hold on. We have Papani Ashale. He's live in your school. Hello, Papani. Hello, Papani. What's happening in PRESEC?
It's on here.
Premises of the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, PRESEC Legon, the defending champions of the National Science and Maths Quiz. They won last year, 2020. Pulling out a stunt that has not been done in years, nearly after 10 years since they last won the contest here. The atmosphere in the school is calm. However, this morning they have done what they have been touting, 7-11 God. They have been praying towards the National Science and Maths Quiz. Their chaplain has been leading them. The atmosphere in the school is all calm and collected. The students are very hopeful that their boys who will be representing them in Kumasi later in the day will make them proud. Well, that's not the only activity that is happening in the school. A lot more activities. The students that I've been interacting with have been telling me that their boys seem to have made the only record in the history of the NSMQ of winning the competition back-to-back sometime in 2009. So they know that their boys can pull this off this year. You can hear some music in the background, and that is the parade. Preparations towards the 83rd speech and prize giving day for the school. The alumni, the 1996 year group, are the ones in charge of that. Sometime later in the day, they will join us for an interview. But I have with me the school prefect, Obed, who will join us this morning for a conversation on how ready the school is towards the NSMQ. Well, they will be watching from the assembly hall. In the parade grounds that you are watching, there's a white building behind it, and that is where they'll be watching the competition, the contest from later in the day. Oh, I have Obed here who will be talking to you. So Obed, as school prefect, what are the expectations of your boys in Kumasi?
Many people made comments that it's because almost every year NSMQ is held in Accra, so we have the upper hand. We just want to show them that no matter wherever PRESEC finds herself, we just set the standards and we always ensure that we are hoisting the colors of our school. PRESEC has a standard that we just can't fall below. We said it last year that so long as we've taken the sixth, it's going to be a back-to-back, and certainly PRESEC is going to pick it this year. There's no doubt about that.
So you are serving a living God?
We are really serving a living God. We are really going to bring the cup back home.
So now talk to me about the mood of your students here, school prefect. I mean, what have you been telling your students here?
Oh, we just keep encouraging them, and the fire for our boys is so much that, especially when we won the semi-finals, the whole school was on fire. The joy was just so much. And when you hear the PRESEC shouting blue, it means that the spirit is on, and we are really cheering our boys on. We know that certainly we are going to keep the cup still in this school.
We are going to be keeping the cup in this school. So there's parade in the background. What are you hoping that this will mean for you? I mean, winning the NSMQ, would it really change anything in terms of the celebration of the 83rd speech and prize giving day?
Oh yes, it's going to really count a lot because it's going to be a very major achievement, having to get the cup back to back. It's just going to be very, very important for us to have this victory, especially now that our speech and prize giving day is coming up tomorrow.
I see. Now, so if your boys were here right now, what would you tell them?
I'll just tell them that the same God who kept them through, because one of the things that I've really seen about my boys is that they never left God throughout the whole process. The same God who gave them the grace to carry them through all the way to the top is still with them. And certainly, we are serving a living God, and He will not fail us.
So that is Obed, the school prefect of the school, and he says that they are serving a living God, hoping to clinch their 7th title, and also set the second record, or the same record, if I want to say, in the NSMQ of having to win the contest back-to-back. PRESEC, as it stands, is the only school to have been able to pull out that feat in the contest. Nobody else has been able to do that. But Obed is still with me. So Obed, you know that you have met Prempeh before in the final sometime in the 90s, and they beat you to it. Does that in any way waver your energy, hoping that your boys will win?
Oh, it happened, I think, for 25 years ago or so. But we just want to show them that the same way happened to us that time that they came to Accra to beat us. We just want to let them see that we are coming to their home, and we are really going to show them just something for them to say that PRESECans are not easy to go with.
Again, there are fears of your points having to come down over since the competition started. That when you started, you came through with 71 points, then you went to the semis and you came through with 70 points. No, the quarterfinals you came through with 70 points, the semis you came through with another 70. It seemed to have gone down in the contest just before the finals. I mean, doesn't that in any way tell you that possibly your points are just coming down, so you should be afraid of losing the contest to any of the two other schools?
No, I don't think that should in any way cause us to waver because our points are coming down. I'd only say that the best is saved for the last. So this is, we believe in scripture. The Bible says that the latter glory shall be greater than the former. We are going to really make a very significant victory, despite the fact that we have been coming down. It's just by just some 1 or 2 points. It's not really anything that is going to shake us. We are very certain of our victory today.
He says that, well, they are certain about history, making history this year. Let's see how the PRESEC boys will fare in the contest that will start sometime after midday. We are still here in Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, Legon, where some of the students have been interacting with us and telling us about the expectations for their boys in Kumasi. Will they be able to pull off the record again of winning the contest back-to-back? Over to you in the studios here from Presbyterian Boys Secondary School.
All right, thank you very much, Papa Nia Shale, here joining us live from PRESEC. Now, the Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, in a Zoom meeting with the Keta school contestants, he's assuring them of the support of the region.
You are there, eh? Okay. We just, I should have been on my way. I should have been on my way to Kumasi now, but because of the Volta Fair, I will not be able to come. But the Regional Director of Education, the Keta MC and others are on their way coming to you in Kumasi to support you. So I'm just calling to wish you all the best and to encourage you that you will make it tomorrow. You will make Volta proud tomorrow. We pray that the Almighty God will give you wisdom to be able to make Volta region proud tomorrow. We are expecting the trophy, and I'll take you to His Excellency the President to present the trophy to him. So I wish you all the best. I'm sure tomorrow the whole Volta region will be behind you, and you will not let us down. I know that God will strengthen you so that you make us proud tomorrow. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So how is it going? How is it going in Kumasi? I hope you are fine. I hope you are all healthy and strong. The teachers are okay, the coaches and the coordinators are all fine. Our best regards to the whole team. Okay? So there will be people from the Volta region coming to support you tomorrow. We wish you all the best, eh? Good luck to you. We are praying for you. We are praying for you. Okay? All right. What are the guys? What are the guys? I have not seen the guys' faces. Okay. You are there, eh? Okay, all the best, eh? All right.
And that's the Volta Regional Minister speaking to some of the students from Keta SHTS. I have one question though. Israel, has a regional minister ever called you people, your school, your two schools?
The president was in my school, Ukopman school, yeah.
Yeah, the president has been to a lot of schools on speech and prize giving day. I mean, about NSMQ.
No.
Okay, very good. That's all I wanted to clarify. Thank you very much for that clarification.
Okay. Are you done?
No. I'm going to say bye to our friends on Zoom.
Don't say bye to
I think you wanted to speak to Wasil.
Yeah. I want to find out. Wasil, it looks like the whole Volta region is taking this thing like a World Cup.
But even you that your school didn't get anywhere, you were taking it like a World Cup.
Yeah, so Israel, it is not only the whole Volta region. Exactly. It's any school that suffered the trophy drought. We are actually using this competition to speak to everybody that anybody can make it. And if you listen to our students, they actually said that they want to take away that impression that it is a reserve of certain schools. That's why history will not matter in this case. We want to change it. We want to really inspire all other schools that yes, you can. And Keta School is happy to be the one leading this inspiration. So yeah, so the entire Volta region is behind us because we are the only Volta school. In fact, I expect all boys and girls, because they should really support the mix. This is the only mixed school in the competition, and so please, anybody can associate with it. And talking about God, we also actually recognize that we serve a God of wonders, and He's also going to support us when we are pursuing this #1 trophy, our first #1 trophy. So yes, so we also serve a God of wonders, and so we recognize God in all what we're doing.
Now, Wasif, I'm going to put this question to you and everybody else on Zoom. I'm trying to understand the feeling. For some of us who are not, we don't even have our schools in the finals, there's some tension within us. I can imagine that you'll be feeling this tension as well, and the fact that it's possible that you could win, but it's also possible that you could lose.
Yes. Yeah, so yes, Israel, we recognize that there is a possibility, but you know, when you are poised and focused and you put in all your effort and you have no reason to really recognize the failure, we're going for it. We recognize that all the finalists are actually very good schools, but I think the test, the hunger for a trophy, we have more of that, and we feel we should use that as an advantage to really win the cup, because we want to really break the ceiling. And so that's enough motivation to beat the rest of them. They have things to really cling on and say we have some trophies, so another time. But we don't have any other time than now. And you know, the school's motto is Jolali, which means now or never. So we think this is our now, and we are really coming for it.
Okay, Wasiu, the question I'm asking is, tension will catch you?
Oh, yes, there's a little bit of butterflies there, but listening to our boys, each time I listen to the boys,
girls, Wasiu.
Yes, the boys and the girl,
wow.
Mini Francisca, So they actually take away, they purge that tension out of us. It's so pleasing listen to them. So so the tension there, we the people watching it probably have the tension more than the guys on the field. They seem to be very confident, and that is. That really reassures us.
All right. Thank you very much, Wasiu Yusuf, Keta old student. Let me come to you, Michael. Michael, are you also tensed?
Oh, I'm not tensed at all.
Hey.
We are confident, and then we believe we are going to make it today.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Michael. And Gakwato, I'm trying to understand what the feeling is like at a time like this. What do you think the finalists will be doing right now?
So I feel like the guys by now probably be just preparing for the contest, praying, reading over a few things. And the funny thing is, watching the contest as a spectator, especially when I was watching PRESEC's contest, I felt more tense than even when I was going on stage. I don't know, but the thing with being a contestant is that you have to put all those feelings, all those fears aside. I mentioned this one time that when you are on stage, you a lot of things will go through your mind. You'll be thinking about, are my parents watching? My family is watching. What if I don't get this question correct? We train. A whole lot of things will go through your mind, and it's very important to put all those things aside and just focus on the contest. So, as a contestant, you may feel tense. I mean, personally, I did feel tense at a point, but I listened to music to calm myself down. I saw a few pictures online. Yeah, people were like, "Why are we listening to music by this time?" Yeah, as if. But then, it was basically just to calm down. Everyone has different ways of calming down. That was basically what I did. And then when you finally step onto that stage, you put all those things aside and then just focus on the contest. For today's contest, I'm not feeling very tense. I'm rather excited for the guys. I'm really hopeful that today God will deliver the 7th trophy to Presbyterian Boys Senior High School.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel Kekeli Gakpato, former winner with the PRESEC in the National Science and Maths quiz. And we wish all the schools the very best. PRESEC, Prempeh College, and Keta SHTS. May the best school win. And we're happy for whichever school wins, actually.
Yeah, you would be, because, I mean, you lost very early on. Yeah, you'll be happy. I'm sure you're associating with Keta.
Well, I like underdogs, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, your school wasn't one.
Well, yeah, we were an underdog, all right.
Which didn't... Where did you get out? So did you get to the semis?
Okwakman School, yes, clearly an underdog. And Accra Academy, no, Accra, you can't describe them as underdogs.
Well, they haven't done particularly well either.
But yeah, they're not so bad.
Okay, if you say so. Anyways, phone lines are open. It's your last day for a few weeks. Who am I going to torture when you go away? Phone lines are open, 0302-211-691, 0302-211-691 or 692. Okay, so we're looking forward to talking to you. So call us and let us know who you're rooting for. But this is how all of the three schools eventually got to the finals. So statisticians are placing Prempeh College as set to win because of how well they've done. Cumulatively, they have a lot more points than the other schools. They also are the highest scoring school in this competition so far. So spirits are high, I can imagine. Kwesi Deborah is joining us live from Prempeh College. He's going to tell us what it's like over there. Good morning, Kwesi. Kwesi.
Anymore.
Okay, there you are. Hi, do you want to just take us through what's going on at Prempeh College this morning?
All right, so we're here at the Prempeh College, the presence of the Prempeh College. And yes, behind me is the administration and also the Ramsey House. The Ramsey House, of course, has the motto, "Prouvoir, c'est prouvoir." I think to want is to can. Yeah. Okay, yeah, my French is working. All right, so we are here, at the presence of the Prempeh College, 4-time winners of the National Science and Maths quiz, hoping to get it today. Yeah. And so I have some amount for here to speak to them. What's your name?
Samuel Entry.
Samuel Entry and
Yao Bruni.
All right, so I'm having Samuel Entry and Yao Bruni here. They're going to tell me their support so far. So, do you think you have a very good chance of winning the competition this year?
Exactly. We are going to win this competition this year.
Why? Why do you think so? The other competitors are quite fierce.
Yes, I know. But, you know, we have prepared our boys very adequately. And I know that because we have prepared them very well, we are going to win. Yeah.
Rodney, that's what Samuel Entry is saying. I don't know the quantum of preparation which has gone into this. But let's see your chances. You won 1994, 96, 2015, 2017. And I think last year you weren't able to go through the semi-finals. And this year, fortunately, you are in the finals. And let's see, with the number of points that you've gathered so far, from the quarterfinals up to the semi-finals, what do you think of the others?
I think anyone who has actually followed the program of competition knows that as of now, Prempeh College has gathered the most points, almost close to 200. No school has actually got that point. So, with the level of preparation, we know that we are going to win. Don't forget, wherever Prempeh College is, we are associated with sources. And the dignity that we have, the number of international and local awards that we have won, no school in Ghana comes close. You know it, you know us. No school in terms of national and then international awards. Yes. Talk of robotics, national science and math quiz. Yes. So we know that definitely we are going to win. Yes.
At 2 p.m. we're going to hear I'm going to sit among you, watch the competition and see how it's going to go. So let's see, in case you win, how is the whole thing going to be? The jamboree, how is it going to be here?
I think you can just imagine it yourself. Yes. It is something that is actually associated with the college. We've been winning, so we are just going to celebrate it in a grand style. But let me say this, we are not going to underrate our opponents. They are equally good. We are just going to take it cool, relaxed, and we know that at the end of the day, the success is going to be ours. We are going to invite all media houses, well-meaning people to join us to celebrate it in a grand style, because we know it is going to really happen. We know it is going to really happen. And all other paraphernalia in terms of shares, everything is ready for us to just celebrate it today. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, so anymore, you heard Yabruni there and Samachi. I don't know whether you have something to tell your boys.
Yes, as for my boys, I trust them, you know. I remember in 1996, I was a student here, and we won. And this time around, I'm a teacher, and we are going to win it again. I trust my voice, okay? And we are winning.
Okay.
You see, anytime it comes to such things, Prempeh College is second to none. Yeah. And we are winning. We are very confident that we are winning this trophy.
A word of caution to
all right, so anymore, you had the seniors there. So 1994, 96, 2015, 2017, hoping to get the crown this year. So at 2 p.m. we're going to sit among them and watch the competition, hoping that Prempeh College is going to win. And we are all for Prempeh College. Pouvoir c'est pouvoir.
Yes. Thank you. Among for
seniors.
Seniors.
We are winning the trophy.
Over to you.
Okay, Kwesi, before you go though, so I noticed that there are no students around. Are they like in class? Are they like seriously learning this morning? I mean, what's the mood of the students as well, you know, as they gear up for this exciting afternoon?
Yeah, I must say it's quite a solid mood. We've been here on a number of occasions during the National Science and Maths Quiz to monitor how they perceive the whole competition, and it's quite huge here because the last time when we came here, they were having lots of prayers around, and they were going around the campus praying that Prempeh College is going to win. But unfortunately, at that time, West African Senior High School was on top. So it's quite of a solemn atmosphere here. The whole ambience is.
Okay, and internet issues, but it's interesting. There's a solemn mood at Prempeh College this morning. I was expecting, you know, a lot more. I don't know, jubilation, jama, but I
maybe
guess
make it like a free day for them.
But I think life continues, and maybe that's also another lesson here, that regardless of
I heard the school authorities he was speaking with say that they had all these paraphernalia ready to celebrate and all of that.
Okay, so maybe when it's getting time to the...
My question is, what happens to all that paraphernalia if it doesn't go
They'll use it again next year. But let's go to the... Yeah, why not?
You would 10 beans.
No. They'll pack it away nicely in the storeroom.
Are you sure?
And then they'll use it again next year. They'll wrap it with bubble wrap and newspapers. So don't worry about it. We've got it covered. All right, phone lines are open, 0302-211-691 or 692. And let's start with Greg. Israel, do you want to talk to Greg?
Yeah, Greg, calling from Tadi. Which school are you rooting for?
Easy. I mean, this contest, obviously, between my friends in Prempeh and then PRESEC. Let me congratulate Keta. They've done well. They were placed, we all know. They have done so well. I've seen the lady, Francisca, together with the gentleman. I mean, they have done very, 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 very well. They have placed, we all know. But easy, this contest is between Otumfo and Ide. People should watch out. These two, I mean, these two gentlemen are the catalysts. They are the ones going to, make us happy and then elated today. They are the ones going to let us learn. These two gentlemen. And so they're coming back of Otumfo together with the likes of Eden, both in Prempeh and then PRESEC. They are the ones going to show us, what's going to happen today. So my money, unfortunately, I cannot tell you who will win, but I can tell you confidently that it will be Prempeh or PRESEC. Unfortunately, I cannot tell. And Prempeh beat St. Mary's. That's my school, St. Mary's. Okay. It was PRESEC. They gave us the beating of 71 points. And so already we are bleeding. But for us to be fair, I think that it is between Prempeh and then PRESEC. Anybody who does his homework well will win. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Greg. And let's go to Junior. Hello, Junior. Hello, Junior.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Okay. So who's your money on? Who are you rooting for?
Definitely it's Prempeh all the way.
Are you an old student of Prempeh College?
All the way. No, I'm not an old student of Prempeh, but you see, when we come to Kumasi, we are all united together.
Yeah.
But when we go south, we support each other too. So let's say Prempeh is standing for the whole Kumasi.
Yeah.
So we are all in support of Prempeh.
The whole of Kumerica is behind Prempeh College.
Pardon?
The whole of Kumerica is behind Prempeh College.
Yeah, we are all supporting Prempeh College.
Right.
And definitely we are bringing the cup home. I'm out for all the way. You see, even the sky is blue, but to God, the sky is green. It means Prempeh is winning.
The sky is blue.
Yeah, the sky is blue, but to God, the sky is green.
I see. Okay. God sent you this in an email.
Okay. Thank you very much, Junior. Let's go to Edward, who's calling from Bogos. So, hello, Edward.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hope you're all doing well.
We are.
Yes, we are. We are doing very, very good. So who's your money on, Edward?
Israel, I'm just happy that your school is out.
Me too.
Now my brave Facebook dodo.
Me too. I'm very, very happy with you, Edward.
Oh, Edward.
Yes, we are very, very happy. Which of the schools? Okuapemam or Accra?
I just want a different breed this time. I just want Keta to take it. You know, PRESEC will make noise. They will say, Omo Hadjin and Prempeh when they take it. Masa, yenda, for yenda. So I just want Keta to take it.
Okay. Right, thank you very much, Edward, calling us from Bogos. So let's go to Daniel. Daniel is calling from Accra. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
Danny.
Hello.
Hi, Daniel, please don't listen to us through the TV. If you do that, it's a little bit delayed.
So, good morning to you. I know this is quite 20% impossible for Keta to win this year, but to me, I see it to be 80 out of 100 possible, because how Keta has tried his best to win all these contests to this final, I think Keta is actually going to win today for Volta region. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel. Let's go to Clement, who's calling from Ejisu. Clement, who's your money on?
Hello.
Yeah, Clement, who are you rooting for?
I'm voting for Prempeh College.
Okay, is that your school?
Yeah. I am an old student of Prempeh College.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
All the best to you, and for all the schools that you're rooting for. And yes, we thank God that Israel School is out. So grateful.
I mean, like, seriously, how could Edward say that?
I agree with Edward. He's speaking the mind of the people. Yeah. And that's how we feel about Hearts of Oak as well. Anyways, let's see some highlights from the contest so far.
St. Peter's. Name the product formed when 1-butene is treated with dilute neutral KMNO4 solution. Bagonia.
Butan 2-ol. Butan 2-ol.
That's incorrect. Yes, Otumfo.
1,2-butane diol.
Yes. Presbyterian boys, find the ratio of the magnitude of the electric field at a point at distance r/2 from the center of the sphere to that on the surface of the sphere. Deborah.
1:2.
Yes. Presbyterian boys with the same preamble. If the energy required to break all the bonds in the combustion is 6,114 kilojoule, calculate the enthalpy change for the reaction. Deborah.
-1,278 kilojoules per mole.
Yes. If sine of x is equal to 1/√2 and cosine of x is less than 0, find x in the interval 0 less than x less than 2 pi. Yes, Bagonia.
X is such that x is equal to 3 pi over 4 radians, or x is equal to...
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes, Deborah.
X is equal to 3 pi over 4 radians.
Yes. In a circle, the radius is 10 centimeters and an arc subtends an angle of 60 degrees at the center. Please find the area of the sector formed by the arc and the relevant radii. Yes, Joel.
It is 50 pi on 3, all in centimeters squared.
Yes. A metal alloy made from aluminium, magnesium, copper, and steel has the composition aluminium 18.0%, magnesium 12.0%, copper 25.0%. The rest is steel, which is 98.5% iron and 1.50% carbon. Calculate the mass in gram of carbon in a 2.00 kilogram alloy. Yes, Joel?
The mass is 13.5 grams.
Yes. Find the torque which changes the angular momentum of an object steadily from 2 kilogram meter squared per second I to 4 kilogram meter squared per second J in 2 seconds.
we have 2J minus I, all in Newton second.
That's incorrect. Yes, Eden.
We have negative, the expression in bracket, negative I plus 2J. That expression all in Newton meter.
Yes. Find the shortest wavelength that can be produced by an X-ray tube operated with 87.0 kilovolts between the electron emitter and the target. Stanford.
We have 1.43 by 10 to the negative 22 meters.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. Yes, which of you? Eden.
14.3 picometers. 14.3 picometers.
Yes. Find the cosine of the angle theta between the vectors A is equal to 12i minus 5j and B equals 4i plus 3j. Yes, Eden.
The fraction with numerator 33 and with denominator 65.
Yes. Expand and simplify. The expression 1 plus square root of 3 cubed. The expression cubed. Stanford. Go.
We have 1 plus 9.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes. Eden.
We have the expression 6 root 3 plus 10.
Yes. Next one. What is the focal length of a convergent lens for which the distance between the focus and the image of an object is 4 centimeters? When the distance between the focus and the object is 30. Yes, Bright. How did you know I had not finished telling you the value? Given that 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to f of x is less than or equal to 16 minus x squared over an interval containing x is equal to 3. Wow. Okay, right.
7.
Name the elements in period 3 that form pure ionic. Right.
Sodium and magnesium.
Yes. Electrolysis of concentrated solution of sodium chloride using graphite electrodes does not lead to the formation of sodium metal. Yes, Bright? Yes. The kinetic energy of an object moving slowly in a circle equals half the product of the radius of the circle and the centripetal force on the object. Lutrot?
True.
Yes. I am happy to tell you that I look forward to meeting you in the semi-finals. Congratulations once again. Solve the trigonometric equation 4x in the interval 90 degrees less than x less than 180 degrees. That's the preamble. So Keta, sine of x is equal to sine of 37 degrees. Right.
X is equal to 143 degrees.
Yes.